Hi, I'm Pam Schweitzer. I am the senior English teacher that is lucky enough to have your student this year. My room is room 114 and my extension is 2114. So you just call the school number and that's my extension. My email is p_Schweitzer, SWITZER, at VWCS.net. Senior English is pretty intense. We do a lot and we seem to be busy all the time between projects, writing assignments, class time. We try to stay on top of things. Your student should have received and brought home to you, excuse me, the syllabus for the class. This includes the description of the class, our course materials, our rationale. It includes classroom procedures, and the big thing in here is respect. I expect students to show each other respect the property of the school, and respect me as well. And the goal is that we all show each other respect so that we can have a positive school year. Students are expected to stay on top of assignments. If they're absent, they're expected to check Echo. And Echo, between the landing page and the daily agendas, has everything they need. I try to put copies of everything electronically in there that I possibly can. So there are very few paper copies that will have to be requested if someone is absent. I even include links to audios and videos that coordinate with our lessons. So everything should be on Echo. So if your student is absent, remind them to check Echo. If they're out for extended time, feel free to request information, but know that everything should be available on Echo. There are very few extra credit opportunities, so I really hope that students will stay on top of things. Extra credit in here could include writing extra essays for practice. Those would be our character counts essays. Generally, I permit those to be written anytime during the 9 weeks, and they're graded right at the end of the 9 weeks. The supplies list in here, your students' class fees cover a novel that we'll be reading for semester, as well as their senior project binder, but they will need to get dividers for that binder. So they will need 3 dividers. Also, they will probably need paper, a binder or folder for class, writing utensils. Occasionally they'll need crayons or markers for a project. Whenever possible, I'll provide some of that, but they may need to have that as well. The biggest policy in this room that I focus on strictly is plagiarism and cheating. So we follow the school handbook. If there's a case of cheating or plagiarism, I'll talk to your student. It will most likely the first time end up in a 0 for that assignment. And then I should be contacting you and the office, to the principal's office, to let people know that this happened. If it happens a second time, I will contact you for sure and ask you to come in to talk to me with your students so we can figure out what's going on, what gets to the bottom of that. And then third time, that's when it goes to the office and they risk getting a 0 for the 9 weeks, and or the semester grade could drop to an F. And we don't want any of that, because we want our seniors to graduate and we want them to walk out of here with them having had a positive experience. So that's our push, positivity. We have 2 major projects that begin here at the beginning of the year and will be ending by the end of the year. The first of those is senior project, which will be rolling out here really soon. And this is a volunteer community service activity that, when it's complete, ends up being a graduation seal for graduation requirements. And then it also is an opportunity for students to showcase what they have done in the community and what they've learned about helping the community and where our community can use extra help. We also will begin a self-branding project. And I love this project because it's all about their future. The community service teaches them where the needs are in the community and how they can help no matter what community they're in. But the career self-branding unit, that's all about being ready for future careers, whether I'm going to college, going to tech school, going to go to the military. Eventually, someone's going to have a job. So we work on our job skills, career readiness skills, resumes, cover letters, thank you letters after interviews. We do mock interviews. We rewrite our resumes and cover letters many times over the year to make them more current and better. We also take time to make our own business cards and consider our top qualities as an employee. We get to know ourselves better through some VART learning assessments and through personality tests, which kind of help us know ourselves a little better. And the students are finding out these are pretty accurate as long as they're honest with the questions. And we'll be able to use some of those ideas that we get from those to put together those business cards and to build up our resumes. So we'll put a big emphasis on that throughout the school year. Otherwise, the first semester is basically writing. We'll have one novel that we read as a class, and then maybe projects over that, or possibly a research paper over it. There'll be a research paper of some sort, one way or the other. And we'll do different types of writing so that every kind of writing that they might encounter in college, they've had some prep with. We will focus on MLA formatting and citations so they become more adept at those. Second semester is British literature heavy. A little bit of writing, some projects, but we cover everything from the early Anglo-Saxon poetry up through the Renaissance poetry and wisdom literature. We look at Shakespeare in there. So over the course of that span, we'll look at Beowulf, Anglo-Saxon poetry, Canterbury Tales, and lots of other little stories and poetry throughout. The bulk of that will be done between January and March, finishing that up into fourth 9 weeks, because fourth 9 weeks is our big push to finalize senior project and our career unit. So if you have any questions, get a hold of me. I know that was a quick overview, but I'm really looking forward to this year with your student. Thank you. Here, meeting.